Hey everyone, so I'm here to give you an update on what's been going on, and as you can see by the title of the video, it's not going to be a good update. It's going to be quite depressing, and maybe some tears, I don't know. But basically we found out on July 30th, yes, the 30th, that our baby has no heartbeat. I went in for a radiology ultrasound, a high-tech radiology ultrasound, to have my second gestational sac that I had just looked at, because to see if it was still empty and kind of just see what was going on and all of that. And the week prior we had gone to the doctor and found out that everything was okay, and it just turns out I had my dates wrong, and we had a heartbeat, and that was on the 22nd of July. And just, 8 days later, the next ultrasound, it turns out our little baby has gone to heaven. It was measuring only, I think she said 7 weeks and 2 days, so I think baby actually stopped growing and stopped living at just a few days after my ultrasound, because at that ultrasound when we had a heartbeat, baby was measuring 6 weeks and 6 days. So yeah, just a few short days later is when the doctor's assuming the heart just stopped and baby stopped growing at that point. I wasn't expecting that at all. I must say I was completely taken back by it. I really was. I mean, we had a heartbeat just 8 days prior, so I was going in thinking they're just going to give me news on that second sac and give me some measurements and some pictures of my baby and everything. I just was expecting it to be a great, glorious ultrasound and get to see my baby again. It was supposed to be amazing. Sadly, my husband wasn't even able to go back with me. I am so upset that happened. But apparently when you go to have a radiology ultrasound, not just a regular OB ultrasound, you can't have anyone go back there with you. It's supposed to be just you and the technician. So I was all alone. I was trying to be brave and trying not to cry when the lady gave me the news, the bad news that, our baby had no heartbeat. And I'm going to try not to get teary here. Give me just a minute. She wasn't even supposed to tell me. She wasn't even supposed to give me any information. She was supposed to scan and, email or send all the information to my OB, and then my OB was supposed to contact me. But I was asking her, I'm like, I've had a radiology appointment before, which I had 2 of them with with Tara when I was pregnant with Tara, because that's how they did things. Since I had 2 previous miscarriages, I had early ultrasounds through radiology instead of my OB's office with Tara, so I kind of knew how it went. But I knew she wasn't able to give me any information, and she wouldn't let me see the screen or anything like that. So I was asking her, I'm like, just tell me, that you give me some kind of clue that, you see what you're supposed to be seeing, and you're seeing, heartbeat and everything. And I was back there, I would say a good 10 minutes, and she was pushing around really hard in there. I was really sore after that appointment. But I was braving it, because normally I'm fine, and it's all about my baby. I don't really care about me. I'll be fine. But after about 10 minutes of that, I was asked, I basically just asked her up front. I was like, is everything okay? And she said, I'm not supposed to tell you this, and I could possibly get in a lot of trouble for this, but I can't leave here. I can't just let you leave here without this information, without knowing. And instantly, sorry, instantly my heart just like sunk into my stomach, and I knew that there was going to be bad news. Whew. And she says that I'm not seeing a heartbeat. I'm sorry. I've been looking. I stopped and I waited, and just to see if maybe I was not seeing something, because maybe your breathing was making it not show up, or something. She was giving me all these lists of reasons why maybe she couldn't see a heartbeat. So, but she said she waited a good chunk of time and still no heartbeat. And then I was asking, the next question was, well, what is it measuring? What is the baby measuring? And she said 7 weeks and 2 days. And at that point, I should have been 8 weeks exactly, even with my dates being off from my previous ultrasound. I should have been 8 weeks. And I just knew that, she was right. I knew at that point there was no heartbeat, and we had lost our baby. But just to be in that appointment alone was horrible. And also, the technician was pregnant with her second child, so that made it even harder on both of us. She was teary-eyed, and I was teary-eyed, and then she gives me a hug and says, "I'm sorry." And I mean, she was so sweet. And I just kind of, just was in disbelief. I didn't even have words. I was left so like I said, I was just completely taken off guard by that. That was not how that appointment was supposed to go. So, yeah, we sadly lost our baby. This is my third miscarriage. So my fourth pregnancy, but my third miscarriage. So I do have my daughter, as I said. If you haven't been following any of my videos, I do have one daughter. She is 18 months old, which I feel like I love her so much more now than I did before. Gosh, now I can't stop crying. I feel like I love her more now, which I didn't think was possible. I mean, she's my life, and now it's like I see, I mean, I knew we were so blessed to have her, and I knew that she was so special and so perfect, but she's so much more perfect now. And I see how truly blessed we really are that we have her, because, dang it, now I can't stop crying. I did enough crying already. I don't want to be crying anymore. Oh, okay. But yeah, we're so blessed to have her, because we could have lost her too, and yeah, anyways. So now, today is August 2nd, and I went in for another scan because, I wanted to be 100% sure that there was no heartbeat, which, I was pretty sure that was the case, because radiology is like the best of the best. That's what they do. That's what they specialize in. So, but I wanted to still, confirm it before I went ahead and did any, drastic anything, because obviously my doctor wanted me to, have a DNC, schedule a DNC, but I don't want to do a DNC. I want to try and do this as naturally as possible. So after today's appointment, which we found out today, we confirmed today that, the baby did not have a heartbeat. So, we are going to do this naturally. I'm going to give my body some time, a few more days, to miscarry completely naturally. But if that's not the case, she prescribed me, let's see if I can cover up my information here and still show you guys. She prescribed me Cytotec, and it says on here that it is 200 milligram tablets, and I'm supposed to insert 4 tablets vaginally, then place a tampon, remove the tampon for heavy bleeding, or in 24 hours if no bleeding. Repeat dose in 24 hours if no miscarriage. So that's what I'm going to do on Monday. My husband is currently out of town, and I don't want to do that without him here. And I don't want to do it, obviously, while I'm taking care of my daughter, because if you've been through a miscarriage before at any, at any time, it's very painful, and it's very emotional, and it's very hard on the body, and there's a lot of cramping and a lot of bleeding and it's just a lot. So I'm gonna wait for my husband to be here so that he can, keep an eye on our daughter, or we might send her to her grandparents for a couple of nights while I go through this, so that I could be in bed. I was also prescribed pain medication and ibuprofen if needed. So we'll kind of see how it goes. But yeah, that's kind of where we are. We lost our baby. And we'll definitely be trying again, but I'm going to really try to get some weight off and get healthier before trying again, because somewhere deep down in my, my soul, I kind of blame myself for not being, healthier when getting pregnant, and maybe that had something to do with it. So I'm gonna try and get fit before we try again, but that's a whole nother video. But yeah, that's where we are, and I wanted to update you guys. But I really, if you're on Facebook, you already knew what was going on. But I just want to say, for the ladies that gave me all the well wishes and the comments, I have read every single one of them, and you guys are just so amazing. My husband always says, "Why do you feel like you need to post all this information on Facebook?" And I said, they're my support. They're my go-to. They're always there for me. I may not know them in person, but they give me better support than sometimes my family does. They answer questions that nobody else can answer for me. They're there for me. They help me through situations like this. Good or bad, really. They are there for me. And I try to be there for them. My nose is running. That's lovely. But anyways, this video is already getting really long. I'm going to go start dinner here in a little bit. I'll talk to you guys later. And if you follow me on Facebook, you'll probably get more updates on how the Cytotech is going. I don't know if I'll make a video on it, but we'll see. I might try, just because I don't think there's a lot of information out there about it. But anyways, all right, I will talk to you guys soon. Thank you. Bye.